Hello, hello, hello. This is Kim Moon, and I am Moon Ascension Tarot. Coming here to chat about this new moon in Aries. This is such a powerful, pivotal opportunity, and I just want to speak about it. Share my perspective on this topic. This kind of also doubles as a inspired dialogue because I've been wanting to talk about this topic, and I recently watched a video on YouTube, and I will be referencing that video. It's by Astral Doorway, Spiritual Meaning of Aries Zodiac. Okay. So right now we have a new moon in Aries. New moons, what do they represent? New beginnings, fresh starts, taking a leap of faith, clean slates, starting fresh, Aries is quite similar in that manner, in the fact that it is the beginning of the zodiac. So it starts, it begins, it initiates, it sparks the zodiac wheel. Aries is represented by I am. And it's really deep when you think about it. I am. It's like so much falls underneath the umbrella of I am. First thing that comes up for me is discovery. There's going to be a journey. It speaks of, to discover, you just can't discover everything at once. You discover things as you go along, so that speaks of journey. It speaks of being an individual. It also means being a warrior. And it's like you can break those things down into so many different things, which I will do. But Aries is so significant. It represents so much. Like, think about Aries being the baby. We think of Aries being the baby, the baby of the zodiac. But the baby also has to be a warrior, So it's just like, we get so much with Aries. Aries reminds us in a sense of, being a baby or, at the beginning stages to look at things with new eyes, with a fresh perspective, a perspective that is rooted in faith and innocence, Aries reminds us of what we will fight for. What will we will ourselves to fight for? You know, what will motivate us to fight? Speaking of fight, with Aries, this also reminds us to know how to fight. To know how to fight opposition, of course. Even when that opposition is ourselves. I mean, the best way to win a battle is not just to fight willy-nilly, just to, throw punches just to throw punches, You want to have some type of plan. You want to have, you want to calculate some things, You want to build a strategy. You want to know that you can fight, that you can stand against the opposition. You're less likely to fight if you feel that, if you're not confident in your ability to fight. So equipping yourself with whatever tools, you need to fight, that's important. And this is a great opportunity for us to really look at ourselves. When we speak of Aries, we have to speak of its opposition, the opposite sign, which is Libra. Because when you get one sign, you basically get two signs. You get the axis in which they dance, in which there is a dance, between the two energies opposing each other. So with this, we have to, I think it's important to look at how we could be behaving in the negative aspects of Libra. And this is affecting our Aryan energy. This is affecting the ability to be self-assured, to know who you are. I mean, you have to know who you are to be self-assured. So knowing who you are, really knowing who you are. And of course it's just like, oh, I spent a few days in the woods and now I know exactly who I am. No, it's not that. And like I said, Aries is about discovery. Until you stop breathing, it's going to be a discovery about who you are. So keep that in mind when I'm saying what I'm saying. Sometimes you being in this negative energy of Libra, you can be fall into people pleasing, giving too much consideration for others at the expense of yourself. At the expense of yourself, you want to create harmony in some type of way. So in order to not disappoint someone, you do something that you don't necessarily really want to do. So it's just really getting clear about yourself as an individual, being able to separate yourself, because even that can be a hard thing, being so much into that Libra, the negative Libra energy, considering so much of others, like you don't know how to think about what it is that you want, what it is that you actually desire. So if you fall into those, well, if you have those feelings, it's really important for you to to really get to know yourself, you know. And the goal here is to take from the positive traits of Libra and the positive traits of Aries and have those two energies coexist, you know. Excuse me. You know, and that leads me to the negative side of Aries. So some things to consider. You know, it's important for us to activate and get familiar with our inner warrior. It is important for us to know how to fight. But it's also important for us to consider what we are fighting for, what is motivating us to fight, and to really look at anger, because this is a trait, this is something that Aries are known for, you know, for getting angry. But anger does not necessarily have to be a detrimental thing. It doesn't have to be a detriment. A lot of times anger, especially for a Libra, you know, can be the very thing that they need to be able to free themselves, to actually speak their mind and to speak their peace, to speak their truth. You know, Libra also with that sword represents truth. So it's just like, just being able to speak your truth can free you. You know, it can be that liberating. But I was speaking on anger, you know, and I want to reference this video that I was watching. It was Kendra G. It's a singles dating live show. And there was this individual, this man who was on there looking, he was a heterosexual man. And while he was being interviewed, he was reading the comments, and some of the comments were talking about the place and where he was eating from, and he took offense to that. Like, he really took offense to it, to a point to where he got really sassy, and he just was just attacking unnecessarily. You know, like, it's great to be able to fight, you know, to know how to fight, but it's also important to know when to fight, you know. You just don't want to be releasing this energy for no reason, you know. And I felt like that was a great example, because he really, as a heterosexual man, that was very, it came off very not masculine, you know, in the sense that he was so bothered by what some stranger said, you know. And I mean, he was going off. And I mean, with sass. I was just like, but I just feel like that was an example of like being in the negative space of the Aryan energy. You know, just allowing yourself to get angry for stupid shit, you know, and then you go off, you do some dumb shit, and then now you in jail, you know. Like, yeah. So it's important to be mindful about what we get upset about, how we use our anger, you know. It is important for us to know how to fight, because we will need to fight. We'll need to fight for ourselves. We'll need to stand up for ourselves in some way. And when that time comes, you know, being prepared, we'll be able to stand up and do what is necessary, you know. But also knowing when to buck. Knowing how to pick your battles, you know. It's great to have the fighting energy, but you ain't got to fight everything, you know. Because that was just so unattractive, dude. I mean, the way he went off. But anyway, so keep that in mind. Yeah. Happy new moon in Aries, my peoples. Y'all enjoy your nights, and well, enjoy the night. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.